Welcome back to Verde Broadcasting. It's cold in here, which is odd for a South American country. But there we are, global warming or climate change or something. Anyway, welcome back to Verde Broadcasting, the shambolic film review show where we talk about movies and such. Today we're going to talk about the newly-ish released Predator Killer of Killers. What did we think? What are our views? And stick around to the end for a surprise you may not see coming. Or whatever.
Verde Broadcasting.
Right, so we watched over the weekend. We managed to chain ourselves to our respective radiators and watch Predator Killer of Killers. Available now on Disney Plus, but not Disney Minus, which is a shame. It's a premium service. Anyway, yes. So obviously, Predator Killer of Killers is a animated feature-length animation set over sort of, well, 4 time periods technically, but sort of featuring 3 main protagonists who we see do battle with various predators in their particular time. And are then pitched in battle against themselves in Predator World towards the end, spoilers or whatever. So, Richard, what did you think? Your thoughts on Predator Killer of Killers?
Well, I watched it and then I texted Duncan as I was walking to and from the co-op late at night. That's how my exciting celebrity YouTuber life is.
A blue plastic bag full of vodka.
Yeah, and Rizzler.
And then push a tramp in a canal.
Push a tramp in a canal, yeah. Like CJ off of Eggheads or James Bond. It's fine, isn't it? Yeah. It's fine. I'm deeply glad it exists. It's very obviously made with passion and care and love. It's fine. I was kind of unmoved by it. I'm highly reluctant to shit on it because I think it's been made with a lot of passion, a lot of care and attention and love. Predator fights the Vikings win. Predator fights the ninjas win. Predator fights the World War II wins. All those lingering questions you've had for years. Would a predator beat a ninja? No, because it doesn't build a story down the line. Not that ninja. Would a predator beat a Vikings? No, because for the purposes of this story, and so forth and so on and so forth. It has a animation style that it's fine. I wasn't particularly enraptured, and I think the positive of a post-Spider-Verse world is that people are doing more interesting kind of and quite bold, quite experimental animation styles, and I think like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem one was really nice for that. This has, I'm not sure, someone more knowledgeable could tell me the name of the style in this, where it appears to skip frames and kind of be slightly stop motion-ish. It's like, okay, fine, but why? I'm not really sure why. It's quite arresting for a bit, but then to sit through for an hour and a half of that style, I'm not really sure why we're doing it and what relationship it has to the source material or the story being told, other than to be a gimmick. I liked it when the Predator done punched the ice and the ice broke. Can I go now? Yes. What did you think of Predator Killing of Killings?
I thought, much the same. I think, we were kind of texting each other back and forth. Richard sent me a picture early doors because you started watching it a bit before me, of him pointing at the screen where there's a quote that comes up on screen to begin with in the sort of Predator, lyric, whatever, you want to call it.
I love that song. I really love Predator. It's my favourite thing.
And then it says, the quote or the citation or the quote or whatever says, Youcher. So, of
Which
course, now
therefore
that's canon.
canonizes Yautja,
Yeah,
because you can
which
argue
is-
all you like about comics and books and stuff, but once it's on the screen,
Highly irritating. Anyway, so there was
I knew how much it'd annoy you.
It rubbed me up
and
the
it kind
wrong
of
way.
annoys me a bit, but like,
I mean,
I knew it. This whole new Predator thing was only a matter of time till the Yautja, Woolworths Yautja, became Luncheon Yautja,
Amazon
became
Yautja.
Amazon Yautja, became Sainsbury's Yautja, and so on. But this became a thing. I did kind of see it. No, I didn't see it coming a mile off. I said it to you, I think, before. But it's literally the first frame of the film. And I was like, well, that's that done. Sit back and watch this, I guess.
Yeah. So I didn't hate it, which is damning with faint praise. I think it's as good as you're gonna get from that sort of thing, which I know sounds, damning with faint praise. But I think what I mean is like we have said everything we need to say. Again, like the Alien, like anything else, like Terminator, all these properties, they've been run into the ground over and over again. And like you say, it's what if a Predator thought of this? What if a Predator thought that? And then the kind of, you sit through those bits so that you can get to what I guess we're trying to say with it, which is they'd have to club together to fight a big super predator.
Yeah, look, spoilers. Shall we take it spoilers just from the outset?
Yeah, sorry, spoilers.
But yeah, it's to set up essentially a kind of battle world premise.
Yeah.
Which is...
And somehow they don't age. I guess they get
they're
cryogenically
cryo. I will absolutely accept that they have been selected from the... So what happens, everyone, is the Vikings beat the Predator, and then the Vikings on a ship with a collar around her neck, and then she looks around, there's a ninja with a collar around his neck, and then we see the ninja's story. Then he looks around, and there's a World War II with a collar around his neck. Then we see his story, and then they're all on a transport ship, and they get sent down to Battleworld, and they have to fight predators. And fine, and that's loosely the premise of what Rodriguez was originally, I think, going to do with Predators before it became the one we saw. It was going to be about like Dutch and Underworld for this shit on the Battleworld.
We essentially have to hurriedly do 3 Predator features to then have that at the end, I guess. Which is fine. Why not?
It was nice. The thing is, I think I've had the thing is with it was when the Viking section ended, and then we saw her on the spaceship looking at the ninja guy. I immediately went, "Oh, so they're all going to go to a gladiatorial arena at the end."
Yeah.
And guess what? They go to the gladiatorial arena and they basically win.
Yeah.
So they basically win to preserve a bit of mystery, but they basically win.
Well, they sort of. I mean, I remember though watching it and going like, they fly away in spoilers. They fly away in a Predator ship. That's what I'm like. Where are they going?
Yeah.
They don't know where they are. They don't know how to. He knows how to fly a World War II plane.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I'm willing to stretch a bit of credulity, but they kind of like he's an amazing pilot, and it's like then he knows how to work a Predator motorbike, and then he knows how to work a spaceship, and then what? Is this not going to be like an A to Z? He's not going to Google Maps it, is he?
No, yeah.
Like, it's just fuck it. There's oxygen. What are they going to eat? What do predators even eat? They might eat nails for all we know. Like you know how to work their cupboards, much less their vending machines. I don't know. Anyway, they got to wrap it up. I think it feels a bit like that. It's like they got to wrap it up in a satisfying way.
Yeah.
So they go off, they flee.
The Vikings.
But I did feel like as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, well, they're going to go to a gladiator arena.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. And it did. And that's fine. I think that the thing... So what it appears is if you beat a predator, they freeze you and put you in a very deep freeze and bring you out when they fancy it. And... There's a 1,200-year gap between the Viking and the World War II person. And as I said, was the Viking just at the back with the peas? And they were like, because presumably to do this on the regular, then they must capture species from everywhere. And you've had someone frozen for 1,200 years. I mean, does someone come along and go, that one, that one, that one? It's like...
I know, because it's revealed, isn't it, at the end that... Amber Midthunder's character from Prey is in there, and that's like really unsatisfying. Like because her whole arc at the end of that was coming back to her tribe and having proven herself as the leader, as the hunter, and then it's like, but the next day she was spirited away in a.
Because it robs them up. Because I think the kind of the graphics at the end of Prey show more predators coming The
Oh,
kind of
do they?
inscriptions.
I don't think-
Yeah,
I think
but that's fine though, because my
Yeah.
headcanon would be like, oh, they sent more and she beat them too, or they beat them too, and I think just she got frozen the next day really robs that character of her agency, and I know they're going to bring her back, and also, well, we both thought it was going to be Dutch. But also, if they want to bring him back, well, inevitably, if they want to bring him back, it's going to have to be him as like a really old man, because they couldn't have frozen him the next day, because they're going to do some weird de-aging shit. Which let's not put it past them for fucking grumble.
But again, it's like we've said before. There's only so much you can do with a character that is essentially, like that's all it is a hunter, and it has its code and it has its thing. It's fucking Yautja. But it's like
it's a Yautja elder, or a Yautja falconer, or a Yautja quantity surveyor, or a Yautja butcher.
Yeah, I mean, I just sort of go. It's like people always talk about wanting to see more of the future war in Terminator. It's like it's a plot device. The Predator is a plot device. Not, none of this is that important. It was about how it affected the characters, not how the backstory. And this is what I think Badlands is sort of heading towards. Is like,
Yautja Prime type stuff.
Yautja Prime.
Yeah. I wonder if we are. I'm a bit worried. We might have lost the Gen Z demographic in this review.
Yeah, but Gen Z don't see. This is the people always say like, we need to make these things to appeal to Gen Z. These make new shit for Gen Z. Like, why you're trying to crowbar in stuff from your past and make them like it because you put a young person in it or whatever. It's like, what? Just make something for them. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's funny.
Could you just make something for no one?
Welcome to old men not enjoying things. I felt a bit like, I was really ungripped by it, I got to be honest. And the kind of stuff we were seeing is stuff that I've seen done in comics before. And, like, I said, I completely mean this. Like, the ninja segment did, in fits and starts, reminds me of that Snickers advert with Mr. Bean. And the reason for that is, like, that's a very good pastiche of... It's a very good pastiche of ninja cinema, ninja tropes, that Mr. Bean advert. And because Killer of Killers is playing in the same pool, effectively, unfortunately, after a popular chocolate advert, I was just like, oh yeah, a lot of these shots are like that thing with Mr. Bean. It was quite hard for me to, take it seriously, I suppose, from that point on. And do you know what it's a bit like, and again, I love that it exists, and I don't think it's bad in any way, but it felt a bit like smashing toys together. Like, if this had come out 10, 15 years ago, okay, that'd be different. But,
I suppose you could say there is a very, very loose examination of sort of familial ostracization, if that makes sense. There's that thing like this. So the Viking lady was forced to kill her dad. And then she has a thing with her son. And then the ninja the guy's brother who he's trying to kill. Is that
brother,
right?
Yeah. And there's a father-son thing in the last one.
And there's a father-son in the last one. I love the last one. There's a lot of really great imagery in that. Like when he's working at the gas station at night and he walks outside and it's like pitch black and stuff. That's really cool.
It's quite a likeable character as well. Like, I realise, I assume, because Michael Bean's in there, folks, friend of the channel, but friend of the channel. Presumably, I think that's a deliberate thing to add him to the Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, killed by a Terminator Predator alien club. Yeah. I would have thought. So. And, we love Michael Bean, so that's great. But yeah, it's very like I found it very hard to be gripped by it, and I was just watching it go like, well, they're all going to win, and then they're going to go to Battle World, and they'll win that, but not all of them, or maybe none of them, And there's a little bit of, but I was disciplined as much as I could be. There was a little bit of, talked about it before, but like I'm watching something that's not holding my interest, and then very slowly I'm just. Oh, fuck, yeah. Watch the movie. And it just, it's not good. It reflects something wrong with me very much, but like, I'm just, this just happens when I'm not
I think
hooked by something.
I was drinking wine
drinking heavily.
But I do remember it. So there's
Yes,
that. But yeah,
yes. It didn't feel substantive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because I don't think how can it? How can any of this feel? The first one wasn't substantive; it was just good.
Well, no, I mean, I think the first one is substantive because I think it's
Okay.
I think John McTiernan has been very self-aware about action films, and I think it's saying something about kind of masculinity and stuff like that. I think there is quite a bit to it.
Yeah.
You know, I would argue. Whereas this, it's a bit like a kind of theme park ride, and it's not in any way, folks, lacking in the department of blood and guts and gore. If that's what you're after, that's all there.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I mean, it's hard to say much more. I know this is going to be a very short episode.
I'm really fucking. I just looked at the time code on this record, and I was like, I don't think I've got anything left.
No, I don't.
That's not like us either, because we will talk 30 minutes on fucking anything. But like, I'm a bit like,
I mean, and that's the surprise at the ending.
The surprise is it's too short.
Yeah, I would recommend people see it if you like Predator. It's definitely like it didn't piss me off like the Predator or
not in the list.
Whatever
not
the other one was called. You know, so I'm not annoyed. There are others, right? I mean,
far from it. Like I said, I'm glad it exists. It's really nice. I think I absolutely advocate for. I love animated spin-offs. I think I'm doing animated versions of things. I love anthologies. Like it's nothing about it is bad. Like it's not bad. There's nothing irritating. There's nothing stupid. It's not stupid. It's not. No. And equally, there's been kind of like Predator's back with the greatest entry in the franchise for years, and it's like A, no, and B, is it? And 3, really? No, but seriously, it's like with all this hype about how it's amazing, and it's like it's pretty good, I guess, but it's not like this amazing return to form. And Prey was great. Prey was also substantive, in my view. Like this is a kind of slightly hollow plastic feeling. You know,
yeah, I mean, again, like I say, there's only so much. I think Prey managed to do something a bit more interesting, but by being quite extreme with the time difference. Mm-hmm. Really, I mean, I think that's kind of, you know, and it had well-rounded characters, and you know, put them in sort of interesting situations in that. But that's, you know, really, this needs to, like, Predator needs to become. It's almost like, what is it like? It's a sort of. It needs to be sort of more genre hopping, I think, in a way. You know, it's like, because it's a thing you inject into something else. It's a character you drop into something. You know, so you had the army film, or for lack of a better, or the 80s action film. You've had the kind of 90s.
1997.
Yeah. I'll try. You know, so there's that, and then you've had the kind of noughties on a planet, sci-fi kind of thing, like gladiatorial thing. The one you like.
I like it because it's good. It's better than Predator 2. Rubbish Predator 2. Rubbish shit Predator 2 for wankers. If you get mad at me and type, it's engagement and it helps. So thanks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It is rubbish and shit for shit wankers.
the Predator was rubbish and shit for shit wankers.
Yeah, the Predator, dreadful film. Dreadful, like legitimately dreadful film. Predator 2 is alright. I'm just fucking about.
Yeah. And then Prey was great. So I just think, it's kind of like, okay, find something a bit more. I suppose you sort of dropping it into animation in that way is a way to kind of do a bit of genre hopping. But then it's bad. I mean, Badlands seems sort of it's a bit sort of AVP light, isn't it? It's kind of, it seems like it's going to be.
It appears to be setting that up. What I will say about Badlands is, Badlands does not feel me. Something about it feels off. That's what I'm trying to articulate. Right. Something about it feels off. However, it's very clearly doing something quite different, it would appear. Whether that's a real roll of the dice, I think. But it appears to be quite different, and that's already got people's backs up. I'm kind of like, okay, I can't sit here and moan that it doesn't do enough in terms of its genre and the places you could go with these situations and characters created by Jim and John Thomas. But it's doing something weird, and I'm kind of like, all right, I'll watch it. Prey was good, and so I think that does appear to be doing something quite odd. It doesn't look like any of the other ones. So I have to give it its due. Whereas this is very much, what if some ninja toys got smashed against some Predator toys until a bit fell off of one of them, or so on.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, look, we may as well wrap it up. I don't really know what else to say.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
No. I mean, I do think that's probably true. I think, look, it's go see it. Definitely, if you've got Disney Plus, it's pretty quick too, isn't it? It was only like an hour and a bit.
Yeah, I think it's like 90 minutes or something. I think. Like, it's not terribly long, and I won't pretend that I'm not going to say it didn't drag, but it doesn't outstay its welcome particularly, and it's in bite-sized chunks and so forth. So yeah.
So go check it out. Well, if you enjoyed that brief capsule review of Predator Killer of Killers, please leave us a like, a thumbs up, that's the same thing, and comment below. And if you're so inclined, please do subscribe, because it does help something. And if you'd like to, and you have too much money burning a hole in your pocket, we have a Patreon, so please do feel free to head on over there. You get content early over there, and occasionally we do a live stream that's just for Patreon. Oh, and there's an exclusive commentary to I think I made it public knowledge. We did a commentary to the 1970 Spider-Man pilot. What is it, 1977?
Sure, why not?
Whatever. Spider-Man pilot.
That's right. We unwisely returned to the well and now expect you to pay for it.
That's right. So that's some exclusive content.
I have an exclusive announcement to make as well. It's not very exciting. I've just made it sound exciting. On the 19th of June, I've got opening night tickets to go see 28 Years Later, which I'm very, very excited about, as we know from the discussions. And I don't know if you're going to be able to get out and see that, but if you're not, I'm going to do my absolute best to get out and just do a solo review ASAP. Awesome. Unless you have time to go to the movies and see it, but I'm not going to speak for you in that regard.
We've also both seen, between us, I've seen Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, and you've seen
the lastest Mission Impossible.
You saw Thunderbolts, and we have not reviewed either of those, but
which we could. Would you like us to do that? We can do it. But I will do a hot button. I'll do a hot button on the nose, because Thursday the 19th. So next Thursday, I'm going at like 20 to 8 down the road up at the fucking Cineworld, mate.
What, in the morning?
No, I wish, like in the evening. So so I'll finish quite late, and I'll probably just record a review as soon as I can. Hopefully on the night, really, and get it done. I'm going to go see that, and hopefully I'm not as battered, as ambivalent about it as I was about this.
I doubt it. Knowing you, I doubt you will be. So yeah.
Let's see.
And then
we've
got Superman round the corner, I think, next month.
I've got tickets for that as well, booked. Opening day.
Well done.
So I'm ready for all these things.
Sweet, brilliant. Well, that'll do. Let's call an end to this meeting of the Midnight Toast and Jam Club.
Yeah, good.
Whatever.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you again soon with some more content. I can find it.